That's fine by me.
Nice to meet you to all. And Hi. We start our conversation about Finnish and Finland. And my guest is Ingvar. Uh, you may tell us about you, about Finland, about different Finnish special things.
Okay, I didn't prepare really. Sorry. My name is Ingvar. I'm from southern Finland. I'm Finnish. Um, Also, I teach Finnish about 5 years. I have students from all over the world, and from different countries, including Russia, for example. Yeah. Um, so let me topic to start.
Okay. Uh, Tell us about interesting, maybe curiosities, maybe sightseeings in Finland.
Uh, I don't know, a lot of a lot of my students they come to Finland, for example, having course with me, and they speak Finnish really good, they study really good, but they come to Finland and they don't understand us, unfortunately.
Mhm.
This is the big thing in Finland. Like we have such a lot amount of dialects in Finland, and they are
Mhm.
very different. And speaking language is like really different from the like a book language.
Mhm.
So this is the
Kirjakieli,
most.
puhekieli.
Yes, and we have kirjakieli, we have puhukieli. This is the speaking language we speak, and this is different in every community in Finland.
Mhm.
And the next thing we have käsikieli. This is what you speak actually at home with your
Mhm.
family, and it also can be very, very different. Like people have their own words, their own phrases, and
Mhm.
it actually applies to some communities or something. So most of my students they are very very questionable after like what were we studying like during these years and
Okay.
how it's not happening.
And it's original Keskieli.
Um, it's what is English in English. It's actually called like social ergo, and this is
Mm.
kind of language is used in some places, in some families. I don't know, like in my family, we have a word for a big spoon. Like there's a big spoon you use to, for
Mhm.
example, like pour soup or some drinks when you have some event. So it's like
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain. So this is like the small bowl and handle.
Mhm.
So, and for example, in my family, we call it like suurluusikka, big spoon. But in
Mhm.
other families, and official names are very different. Like
Mhm.
I heard people saying like soppaluusikka, the soup spoon,
Mhm.
and a lot of other things like for example electric buses when I've been in Russia like I've seen a lot of electric buses what we don't really have in Finland,
Mhm.
and we don't really have a word for them, and every Finnish person who actually come to Russia like and see electric buses they say like oh they're so green they have a lot of electric buses, and every Finnish person comes we invent uh, a new word for electric buses like every time like it's actually called trolleybus in English, but in Finnish we can say trolleybus, trolleybussi, we can say johtinbussi, we can say korvabussi, like having ears.
Mhm.
um, so yeah, this is a very curious thing, käsikieli, what we actually käsikieli, like the hand language, I don't know.
Mhm. Okay. And the interesting thing that Lucica is from Russia.
I know we have a bunch of Russian words we use in our language, and in the southern Finland, where I'm from, we have even more. And when I actually give to my Russian students, I give a list of these words. They don't really recognize these words. Like they maybe recognize 20% of them, but the other, no. Just
Mhm,
we change them so much, like this
mhm.
Lusika. So some Russian speakers they are really surprised to see these words.
Yeah. Uh, and uh, and Finnish Finnish doesn't add e to foreign words to to make them theirs. uh,
Yeah,
theirs
yeah.
only.
It's very curious. Yeah, we add e usually to names like um, I don't know, like Robert, maybe Roberti in some occasions. Like
Mhm,
I don't know how it's happening. We try to like stick to the names, but then it becomes something like my name is Swedish, Ingvar, but it's not happening to my name. But actually, I heard like some people, yeah. So we are when we're speaking about something, we have to add suffix at the end. So it's not Ingvar sta, like
mhm,
about Ingvar. It's Ingvari sta. So we add this e
mhm.
and yeah, in the writing language also. This is officially.
Uh, okay. What does your name mean? What does your name uh, translated into English?
I have no idea.
Okay.
It's Ingvar, and it says like uh, it's Scandinavian name. Like
Mm-hmm.
it has a lot of common names in other
Mm-hmm.
cultures. I know my aunt, and my aunt is actually sometimes like trolling me and calling me Inget, which actually means forgotten in Swedish or something. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe something like this, but she's just making jokes. Yeah, that's the thing.
Mm-hmm. What things are common between Finnish and English, Finnish and Russian?
Oh, this is a big question. Common things. So we have a lot of loan words from English and Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the thing is, it's really hard to find something in common. Like, mm, I live in Spain, and I studied Spanish like several years.
Mm-hmm.
I speak like C2 level of Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing is, when I've been in a study group in a school, like not online, like nearby, there were like Russian guys, there were like me and other guys speaking in the European languages like
Mm-hmm.
um, German,
Mm-hmm.
any.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, we actually didn't really we were not really founding like things in common because there are a lot of expressions in Spanish. They are like exactly like the same as in Russian, in German, but not in Finnish.
Yes, Finnish is very conservative language. It changes very slowly,
Um,
and there was time when government or maybe scientists retranslate some international words into Finnish again.
um, like like what? Example.
Like
I know you speak Finnish.
computer, etc., etc.
Ah, tietokone. This like computer, tietokone, washing machine, pesukone. This is not scientists did. No, we don't really have any controllable institution who actually decides something. So no. Uh, how did we made up these words? Um, it's really curious. When we have something new in our country, in our culture, in world culture, and something, we may pick up words based on how it's functioning. Because if we take a foreign word into our language, we have to adopt how to use it. And the thing is, Finnish has really strict syllable structure. So every syllable should be open. And if it's closed, it actually produces some internal changes inside of the word. Like we have some, it's called aastavahtalo, kopete rule. When we have like some consonants, they actually change, like 2k for 1k and etc. So it happens when actually we have to open the syllable. But foreign words, they have like a really different structure, and some consonants together we just can't imagine. Like, for example, there is a Russian word Finnish people really struggle to pronounce. It's funny. Vodka. Finnish people really struggle to pronounce vodka, and this because it's the together. We just can't. And this word is actually in Finnish it's viina, but this word is actually, if we pronounce like a Russian style or something, we just say borka. Borka, because this is not typical.
As far as I know, Finnish has no sound. I mean, sounded sounds. I mean, sounding sounds. What that? I mean, they don't
Example,
have
just make an example.
the, the, g, and so on.
This thing, okay. Okay. This is also a topic. This is actually a big mystery. So, like other languages around Finnish, like Estonian, Karelian, and what else? Like some small languages and etc.
Sami.
I also Sami. We don't talk about that. They are too distant. No, this is too distinct. Unfortunately, I speak also Estonian and Karelian because I'm from south of Finland, and these languages they have like de, ge, th. These sounds they have, but Finnish maybe discharged this. Finnish had these sounds, but maybe they were discharged. I would say a couple of 100 years ago they were discharged these sounds because they just become non-distinguishable. So we have the and the sound, and we had words with the and the, but then it became that like we don't actually have the difference between, so we don't have words like the and the make a different sense, and so it's just merged. Like in Estonian, you know what is vocal harmony?
Yes.
Yeah, and it happens in a lot of bunch of languages, and in Estonian it just fell, and we don't have vocal harmony in Estonian. Why? Because it's not really reasonable to distinguish words. Like just the first syllable has vocal harmony in Estonian, and the other ones they just follow they may contain or not. So this is what is called assimilation of sounds. and this is just historical event actually happened to our language. So
Thank you.
like this.
Let's talk about Finnish education. It's very interesting thing because it's very efficient, efficient way to study. What do you think
Okay,
about it?
yeah. We have a like we actually okay, our country tries to imply a lot of different new methods to education, to school education, and so I will talk about the language education because I'm not really sure about other subjects. But when I started at school, we were like a bit behind of the world. So it was like 15 years ago, even more. Yeah, and I studied Swedish as any Finnish person, but I don't speak Swedish because we were taught like exercise, read, speak, exercise, read, speak. But speaking was like just to like read something or
grammar
like
translating method. Yes.
I would say yeah, it's a translating method, but I would say we just were preparing for the test, and that's it. So yeah, because we don't really like to study Swedish because our government made it like non-optional, and we don't like things that are not optional. We don't like things actually our government puts on us, so we protest. Like it happened with masks. Like in Finland, we have the during the coronavirus, we had them like not obligatory but recommendable, highly recommendable. Because if government say obligatory, the Finnish people will be like, no, you are
It's
not
not
saying what
so
to do.
thing with masks, but with distance. Finnish must have great distance between other people.
Okay, this is the other topic. We can talk like having 10 meters between us and we can talk. But this is not about having distance. No, Finnish people, we can actually stay close to our friends. We can be pretty close. We can like touch each other. Like we can actually, no, it's not a, it's
I mean
not
strangers. I mean strangers.
It's truth and not the truth. The truth between this stereotype, because Finnish, we can talk to other people having a distance like 5 or 7 meters. Because, for example, I know in some countries, like for example in Spain, it's very rude to talk to a person who is not nearby you. But in Finland, no, we don't really, don't really have like these rules like in America, in like mostly Europe, the etiquette rules. We're not following them. We can actually eat pasta with a spoon at home just because we want, and we can talk to people like having a greater, bigger distance just because we can. We don't seem necessary to actually come to somebody closer or something. So this stereotype, this is just what people see, but how it's actually inside, it's very different.
Okay. What methods in Finnish are efficient from your opinion?
Can you say it again, because there's like a construction voice, I
Okay.
didn't hear.
What educational methods are the most efficient in Finland, from your opinion?
Let's so about languages. So the most efficient and the most used in Finland, it's a direct method, and when we have a group of students and we actually put them into the class situation when they actually have to speak only the language, they study.
Mm-hmm.
And what we do in Finland, we also teach other school subjects in a studying language. So they, like some people may have mathematics in French, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and other subjects in different languages. When I studied at school, this system was passing through the reforms and renovation. And I didn't really have this experience, but I had, for example, we had history classes in English.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a part of experiment, and it was actually really great for a lot of students. And I think this is very progressive and very resultative. Like now we have like like middle schoolers, like from 12 to 15 years old. They speak really good English. They
Mm-hmm.
speak not like really advanced, but they are really, they feel free speaking
Mm-hmm.
English and even the other
Fluently.
languages maybe. Yeah, fluently, but yeah, but they feel free. Like
Mm-hmm.
fluent, they speak fluent, yeah, but maybe not on a higher proficiency because they don't know a lot of. They have a lack of lexics and they speak like Finnish people, like speak like that. But this is really good comparing what it was like in millenniums and 90s where I studied at school, because we were speaking English when we were like 12, 13, 14, but it was like with a lot of this sound
Mm-hmm.
and like we were like trying to make English words or Finnish words sometimes. This is a
Mm-hmm.
big progress actually, I think, for our country.
Mm-hmm. What are the most what are the intonations of the main intonations in Finnish? Can you represent? uh,
Example, what intonations you're referring
no,
to?
I mean maybe the phrase intonation of phrases, maybe uh, rising, maybe falling, maybe some else.
Okay. um as in my teaching practice, this is a big problem with Slavic speakers.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, not only with Slavic speakers, like
Mm-hmm.
Spanish, German. In our language, we don't really have intonation. Officially, all the phrases are said like with the same intonation. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the like oh my god, I forgot what is this. The normal phrase like mennään elokuvateatterille. We're going to the
Mm-hmm.
cinema. And the question, you know, mennäänkö elokuvateatterille? They said the same.
Mm-hmm.
And like we don't make rises and like falling intonations into the phrases, but we have this inside of the word,
Mm-hmm.
and this is very regional. This is very regional. I'm from southern Finland.
As in
Yeah.
Swedish.
No, no. Maybe um no, in Swedish they have rising and falling tone, and as well
Mm-hmm.
in Estonian, but in Finnish no. The thing is, we have in Finnish, so we have a lot of dialects, and every
Mm-hmm.
dialect has its own way of speaking. Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, talking about Sami people, which are
Mm-hmm.
actually native in Sami, and
Mm-hmm.
their dominant is usually Sami, but not Finnish. They speak Finnish how they speak Sami language, and they have this waving intonation when they
Mm-hmm.
speak Finnish. They have this waving intonation, and they always speak like maybe they're trying to flirt with you, or
Mm-hmm.
they are always having questions. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The main Finnish intonation is falling. Every word is pronounced like with falling intonation. So we
Mm-hmm.
have a word, any yliopisto, and like the Middle Finnish pronounce it like with a falling intonation on the
Mm-hmm.
last syllable. But there are some regions they are actually pronounced with a rising intonation. I'm from South. We do rising intonation, so
Mm-hmm.
it's not yliopisto. This is yliopisto because
Mm-hmm.
we're from South. We are rising at the end, and this is the small difference we have within dialects. And so yeah, but the phrase, the intonation on the phrase, like now we do that, but it doesn't make any sense. Like I know in Russian you have like several intonations, and if you incorrectly emphasize a word in a phrase, you can change the common sense of the phrase. This is marvelous, but in Finnish it doesn't work like that. In Finnish, just you can you can have a questioning intonation into normal sentence, and this will be really odd to people, but we don't really hear it intonations in our phrases. So when Finnish person says like a normal phrase,
Mm-hmm.
but having like a question intonation, it may be not a question because we
Mm-hmm.
have question marks inside of the
Mm-hmm.
words,
Oh.
like suffixes, koka, and we actually have question words. They actually also mark an answer or a question. Yeah, so this is how we do that. But and also we have suffixes actually mark the rising intonation, like exclamatives. Yeah, we have kin, which actually kind of mark exclamative. We have han marking exclamatives, pa, but they are not made for this. But now they are serving because language is very language is changing. Like the last 30 years, it changed a lot actually.
Mm-hmm. Uh, do Finnish use all the grammar in their speech?
Okay, um, there is more useful grammar and there is less useful grammar. I seen posts in Facebook like making funny of our language. It's okay, we like that. Um, and they're like word for a dog and Finnish like a big. And there were like one comment from American person like, do you have a Finnish institution who actually got rid of any unused unused forms of the words and etc. So just make it easier for foreign people to study our language. And I was really angry when I seen this comment because I don't know, really angry. Um, and yes, 95% of our grammar is in use, but we have rare cases of grammar. We have rare forms. They are used like maybe like we use it like once. If we have a big text for 10,000 words, they may use be once or twice in this text, but they are in use.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody is not studying like rare cases, rare verb forms in Finnish, they actually um, lose some kind of expressivity in our
Mm-hmm.
language. So all the grammar is useful. Please study.
Okay. uh, do you have any idea to speak, or we may finish our conversation?
um, I will use opportunity and talk about a bit of educational methods with the languages. So, as a person who studied a lot of languages, I found a direct method really useful for education and for studying other languages. With my students, I use direct method. Even it's
Mm-hmm.
online, even it's they live in different countries, Filipino, Ukraine, Canada and Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
actually works. Even online, it actually works really good without using intermediate language. And they actually start to speak Finnish earlier than they use other methods, mixed methods or traditional methods. So what we do with this method, so I give them, I've seen your group, I don't speak Russian, but I reviewed that. So what you do is actually really interesting and really useful. So a lot of materials I do, they are really similar. We have an image and we have a word, and we are putting this like image and the Finnish word into the person's head, into their mind,
Mm-hmm.
without intermediate language, Russian, English, without any language.
Mm-hmm.
So we just associate, our brain associate the Finnish
Mm-hmm.
word with the image, not
As
with the
baby do.
translation. Yes, yes. And this opportunity, actually, human beings, we have this opportunity through all our lives. So, babies, like children, they just just do that quickly. But the grown-ups, even elderly people, they can
Mm-hmm.
do it in the same manner. But it's just they can't actually get this crazy inimaginable amount of material as babies, like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so like they just take it slower, but it works the same.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's really important, if you really want to study such a different language like Finnish, using direct method, and do not translate, like even easier languages, do not translate. This is just um you just spend time and energy on that. This is not really a good thing. So
Mm-hmm.
this is what is the big difference
Mm-hmm.
between what I do and, for example, for other tutors do. A lot of tutors actually use direct method either.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that, but what I have a lot of students coming to me from other tutors, and they were taught like with traditional methods, and
Mm-hmm.
they know how to translate, but not how to speak. And this actually results on their uki testi,
Mm-hmm.
because uki, we try to do the uki more speaking centric, like more speaking oriented, like more speaking objective, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not like a task like with marks, because the most the most the biggest part of Iki is actually speaking and writing, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to be quite fluent for that. So that's a big thing. So yeah, um, direct methods are amazing, and they are applicable for everybody, like any person of any age, any race, gender, or background, because how actually works the human brain is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I did it myself with Spanish, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I for example, when people ask me like, what is this in English from Spanish, and I was like, I don't know how to translate sometimes any words, and my family makes fun of me, like, you don't speak you don't really speak Spanish. But the thing is, I speak Spanish, but I cannot translate Spanish. So this
Mm-hmm.
is a big thing. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We may
Thank
we
you.
may make the video about direct method, and you may show us if you want this method. Um, just a bit of your lesson, maybe maybe some task using direct method.
Yeah, we might do that. Yeah, we may actually plan the other meeting, like, yeah, schedule it, and we can do that. I'm not really ready now because I have to
Yes, yes,
find a
yes.
material on my computer and put something like put some coffee into my body. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for this
Thank you.
wonderful meeting. And what do you recommend our subscribers uh, about languages, about Finnish maybe?
Don't be afraid of the language. It's um it may seem like really scary thing, but it's not. No, a lot of people actually can easily study Finnish and easily find Finnish friends. So don't be afraid of us, of our language, of our country, because a lot of people are like, no, Finnish is too difficult. Finnish people are not friendly. No, this is not truth. We are as such as friendly as you are friendly to us, and our language is such as easy, such as much work as you do. So yeah, with any language you have to do a lot of work, and some people just don't do that, and they think Finnish complicated, but it's not. Yeah.
Mhm. Thank you. See you soon. Bye and have a nice day.
Okay, bye. One thing, can
Mhm.
you call me? Can you call me through the WhatsApp now? Okay, I have a couple of questions. Okay.
Telegram.
Yeah. Oh, Telegram. Yes, we use Telegram. Okay,
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Bye. Thank you. Nice